Hello friends, today we're opening 100 packs of Paradox Rift. Okay, so this is the second time we're opening 100 packs of Paradox Rift. We did do 100 packs of this a little over a year ago as well. Iron Moth. But I have been wanting to return to this set because this is honestly one of my favorite sets from Scarlet and Violet. There's a ton of great art in here, some amazing cards. Now, I do have pretty much all the, quote, top hits out of here. I've pulled the Roaring Moon when that was the top hit, pulled the Groudon a few times, and the Altaria, which I was chasing, I was given to that by someone who I met through this channel, really nice person. So we got the Bombardier EX. So pretty much what we're looking for today are some of the cards I still need out of here, like the Plusle, the Minoon. I really do want those. The Golisopod, I would really like to have that. It goes with the Wimpod in here. They kind of are, I wouldn't say they're connecting or anything, but they are very similar thematically. The biggest card that I'm still chasing, though, is probably the Steelix. Sorry, I got distracted when in the middle of saying that because this is a set that has Tandemaus and Maushold, so of course we do have Mouseluck today. So it's been quite a while, I guess, since Surging Sparks that we've had Mouseluck. I think I actually forget. It feels like a long time, so let's hope we get some today. That's a great little Wiglet card. Skeletor GX. Okay, there's a hit from our mouse card. We'll take that. But yeah, there's a ton of cards in this set, so definitely still some stuff we need, and I wouldn't turn down another Groudon or anything like that either, so we'll see what we get today. There's a Groudon right there. My regular viewers may have noticed that it's been a little bit since my last video. Prior to that, I was pretty much doing weekly with just a few exceptions. You know, things have just gotten really busy with me with the birth of our first child, and you know, it's been a few months. We're still kind of getting into a rhythm there. So for the foreseeable future, I'm probably not going to have a super regular schedule. I'll just do videos, you know, as I can do them, essentially. I figure that's better than nothing, so that's probably what I'm going to try to do. So the next video after this is probably going to be Destined Rivals, and that may be fairly soon compared to this video. That's a great little Oricorio card too, the yellow Oricorio. That's a nice one. That Espathra card also reminds me that there is a pretty nice Espathra illustration rare in here as well, I believe. That's this set. Hey, there's our first illustration rare today, the Minior. This is a great little card. I don't think it gets a ton of appreciation, you know, just because it's not a super popular Pokemon, but that's a nice little card. All the different multicolor Miniors kind of falling down from the sky. So just looks really good. The sky looks good too. It reminds me of the Cleffa from Obsidian Flame Sky. But yeah, as I kind of alluded to there, Destined Rivals is coming out at this point this week. End of this week, it's coming out. So a great little Wiglet card to go along with that Wugtrio. And Destined Rivals, of course, is the combination of the Japanese sets Heatwave Arena and Glory of Team Rocket, which we have opened 100 packs of on this channel over the past few months. Station. I just realized that was a Mouseluck pack and I forgot to call it out, but so is this one. So hopefully this one is where the real Mouseluck lies. So let's see what is in here. Tickaton, Tulip, Flipbug, oh, Golisopod. Funnily enough, this set, the Iron Valiant SIR in here, I did pull that on the Mouseluck pack and during a stream. That was, you know, been a while since I've streamed, but I used to stream on here, especially last year. And yeah, we pulled a mouse card, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be Mouseluck in this pack, and then I think the next card or something was the Iron Valiant, sorry, SIR. So that kind of proves Mouseluck existed for this set at least. Yeah, I definitely think this set is very underrated. I think in a few years people are gonna look back and say, wow, that really was a pretty good set. Wow. SIR, Professor Sada's Vitality. I do not think I've pulled this. I honestly don't remember. It's been so long since I've opened a good bit of Paradox Rift. We will certainly take that, though. We got a little Smoliv in there, along with our little paw buddy. She's doing some studying here. That's a nice little card. You know, I'm not huge on trainer cards, but, you know, this is cool. It's got a couple Pokemon hanging out with her. I guess that's a Lechonk there? And that was right. It's hard to tell from the back. It looks like a Lechonk with a snout right there. Not too bad. Well, that's certainly pretty good to hit SIR today. Even though it's a trainer, I'm not going to complain about that at all. So, you know, like I said, I have most of the top SIRs out of here, honestly. So we're really looking for illustration rares for the most part. But yeah, like I was saying, I think this set's going to age really well. Just so many great little cards in here. And I think it kind of suffers from the fact that I think this was the first set to introduce Paradox Pokemon. So there's, you know, some of the cards in here people aren't super familiar with, like Roaring Moon and Sandy Shock, stuff like that. Another Paradox Pokemon that I believe is in here that is actually really cool is Slitherwing and also Iron Moth. I think both have an illustration rare in here. So I wouldn't mind getting those, even though I think I've pulled both before. There's a little Plusle card right there. I do like them. That's why I would really like to get those two IRs. The Plusle and Minoon cards, they go together. They make like a connecting art. So I think that would just be great. I've never pulled either of them, no matter, regardless of how much of this I've opened. And I do feel like Paradox Rift is likely one of my most open sets from Scarlet and Violet era. I just opened a lot of this because I really like this set. So that and Temporal Forces probably. Temporal Forces, though, is because I had a really hard time pulling a special illustration rare out of there. It took me a long time to get one. Oh, it's a gold card. Iron Valiant Hyper Rare. Wow. That's crazy to get right there. I mean, if I had to get a gold card, I definitely would take one that's a Pokemon over a location or, you know, item or anything like that. So I'll definitely take Iron Valiant. I think Iron Valiant's a really cool Paradox Pokemon as well. Just looks completely sick. I love that design, and obviously it's kind of a future version of Gardevoir. Yeah, if I had to guess, Paradox may be on the verge of basically being out of print, or maybe already, just because of how many other sets there's like much more demand for in the Scarlet and Violet era. Hey, little Hoopa EX, we will take that guy. Everyone's kind of been clamoring for Surging Sparks, obviously Prismatic Evolutions, probably going to be for Destined Rivals too. You know, all sorts of other sets that people didn't get a lot of. So I don't see a lot of people asking for Paradox, honestly. And I do know Paradox Rift set at distributors for quite a long time and ended up getting pretty cheap compared to what you can normally get boxes for on there. So again, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see it printed again. It's kind of crazy to see kind of how the hobby is right now compared to how it was a year ago, even. To think back when I did this 100 packs of Paradox Rift, every single Scarlet and Violet set was just extremely cheap. The only thing that was even remotely in demand from Scarlet and Violet was 151, and even that was obtainable, so kind of crazy how it's changed so much. And of course, during that time period, we opened 100 packs of all the Scarlet and Violet era sets up into that point, and pretty much all the Sword and Shield sets as well. There's a couple we didn't, mostly like special sets and a few of the really unpopular ones. But, you know, I think it's probably going to go back to that at some point. People will move on eventually, and stuff will be available again. Back-to-back, Dwebble and Crustle. Always love when that happens. Ting Lu, every single card Ting Lu is on is like a crazy looking card. Like, I just, every single one, like, just take a look sometime. Look how cool he looks. He's like destroying some stuff right there. Really cool Pokemon, I think. I hope we see more of him. I honestly feel like they could do a really cool Ting Lu illustration rare or special illustration rare, but it's just not that popular of a Pokemon, being pretty new. Some of the other special illustration rares in here that I have not gotten either by pulling or, you know, gifts from friends, would be stuff like the Iron Hands Oh, hold on to that thought. We have a little Dottler here. Interesting little illustration rare here. I like the art style on this. Like, if I can get closer, check out that background. It's really kind of like a stippled kind of thing going on there. Same with the Dottlers themselves. So really cool art style. Not one you see super commonly, I feel like. So we'll take that. Also like the colors here. That sky is just like a green orange kind of thing. Same thing with the clouds there. So really unique kind of art on this card. But I don't think anyone's going to be, chasing this too hard unless they're a fan of Blipbug and Dottler. But I think the card art's pretty cool. I just realized, I completely forgot, Tinglu does have an SIR in Paldea Evolved, actually. Ironically, not one of the cards where he doesn't look as cool as he does in some of the other ones, but I did completely forget he does have one in there. Groudon. Yeah, Paldea Evolved was actually one of the funnest sets that we opened on here for 100 packs at least. We did absolutely crazy on that set. And I think we got 5 SIRs in that opening. Absolutely insane. That set's been going pretty crazy, though. I do think the boxes are up over 300 or close to 300 at this point. So we may not be opening that again. We'll see in the future. Chantal, Aegislash. Take that. Yeah, it's been really interesting seeing some of these sets that were really readily available for quite a while. Really cheap. Becoming in high demand here. We got a Tandemaus, any Mouse Luck. Oh, Zekrom. But, there's like an intersection of demand and things going out of print and stuff like that. So, it just happens, I guess. Blitzel. Oh, it's Arena EX. I saw that little border with the texture. I thought we had an SIR for a second. I feel like we haven't gotten too much out of here so far. We have, 2 illustration rares, I think? It's kind of crazy. Mantike, Jinpao. I did, however, forget about that Iron Valiant gold card, so really can't complain too much about that guy. Kingdra. So hopefully we get at least one of the cards we're really looking for. I feel like there's a lot of cards in here, so it's possible we don't, but we can still hope. Another Tinglu card, by the way, that's really good are the Paldean Fates gold cards. The gold and green ones there. Those were really cool looking. Now there's a set I've not seen much of in quite a while. I know a few things got restocked for it, but I kind of wonder if we're going to see any more Paldean Fates. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I said, I did have a friend give me this card. Thank you, by the way, Sable. Really appreciate your kindness there. I can't believe we just pulled this, though. Altaria is one of the Pokemon I've collected for quite a while, so I definitely wanted to get this, and it's nice pulling it, but the one that's in my binder is the gift for sure. So, but I will definitely take this. The Altaria, the Swablu card. It's also in this set. Kind of tells a little story with this. It goes with it. You see the Altaria is kind of hanging out with these Wingulls, and as a Swablu, it's also kind of hanging out with them. So, it's got a nice little story there. So, we'll definitely take that. I honestly can't believe we pulled this today. I've opened so much of this set and didn't get this, but like I said, I already have a better one. Just means more to me. So this will probably go in either like a trade binder or something like that. That was really unexpected. That was probably the last card I kind of thought we'd get today. That's just funny though. Really funny. Chiyu. Oh, a little mouse luck there. This is mouse luck for the rest of these packs, at least, since it's the last card. Take a ton, Tatsugiri, Earthen Vessel, Toadschool, Gligar, Tinglu again. So I'm certainly excited for Destined Rivals this week. That's gonna be pretty cool. I didn't get a lot from the Glory of Team Rocket set. Are you kidding me? 2 special illustration rares today, Iron Valiant as well. Oh my gosh, this is a crazy card. I really like this. This card, if I had to pick like a single card that represents Paradox Pokemon, I feel like this is it. Like, look at all, you got Iron Bundles in here, Iron Moth. You got the Tyranitar future guy, whose name is slipping my mind right now. What the heck's his name? Oh, man. And, of course, the Iron Valiant right up in front. Really cool. Very cool. Iron Thorns, right? I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't think of that right off the bat here, but that's crazy. I can't believe we got that already. We still have a lot of packs left, so we could get some other stuff here, but I will definitely take that. Kind of hilarious that we're looking for some of these illustration rares, but we've hit 2 SIRs that I was not expecting and a hyper rare. Jeez. So anyway, Destined Rivals I was talking about. Sorry, yeah, I did not get a lot from my Gloria Team Rocket opening. Did not get any SARs. But, oh, hold on. Hold that thought for a second. Yveltal, this is a really cool card as well. I'm actually surprised this one isn't a little more hyped from what I know, but I think it's really cool. I love that background, that little swirling portal. Look at those colors in there. You get the green, purple, blue, orange, black. Really cool looking, great colors. And of course, Yveltal doing that little pose in the middle there. Really like that guy. I do not have this card, I don't think, so that's a great little pickup. And if anyone was wondering why we chose Paradox Rift, by the way, for this opening, it's because it was voted on by my patrons, and this is what they chose. So thank you, patrons, for anyone who enjoys this video. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place here, but back to Destined Rivals. There definitely are some cards I'm looking forward to there. I think the Mewtwo looks sick. A lot of people, I think, don't like it, but I really would like it. I think it looks really cool. It is our first Ultra Rare today. That's kind of surprising. Serena EX. Nice little texture on these guys. Zubat, Durant, Earthen Vessel, Medical Energy, Pansage, Espathra, and the Yveltal again. That's also a really cool Yveltal art. This is the last of our first 50 packs. We've had a pretty good first half considering the SIRs in there. That's pretty crazy. Milotic. Really hard to believe that this is... oh, mouse luck on this one. This is only halfway through already. It just feels like... Usually it feels like it was pretty fast, but this is kind of taking a while here. Armor Rouge EX, another ultra rare. So obviously, since our last video as well, the next set... next sets, I should say, White Flare and Black Bolt have been announced. Okay. And of course, the interesting thing there is the fact that there's going to be illustration rares, for every single one of the Unova Pokemon. That is certainly pretty crazy. I think that was unexpected by most people here. Tandemaus, more mouse luck here. What do you have, my mousy friend? Exploud, Skeletor GX. Okay, I guess that's a hit. You know, I just realized that Mousehold EX I said was luck for the rest of those packs came right before that Iron Valiant. So I guess it really was mouse luck coming through. And again for the Iron Valiant. Okay. Oh, missed the Simipour, Tandemaus, little mouse luck, and there we go. Porygon Z, another illustration rare. I do have this one, and surprisingly, this one's not as popular as I thought it would be, at least from my understanding. I haven't seen anyone really talk about this card, but Porygon, obviously Porygon Z is a little different from Porygon 2 and Porygon, but I like the little cap back there, kind of a cool little command center we're in here. So, I don't know, nice little card for sure. Swablu. Like I said, I think I do already have that Swablu illustration rare, but it'd be cool to get it in here just to show it next to that Altaria. Yeah, and I believe in Japan, the next set after White Flare and Black Bolt has also already been announced. In fact, I believe 3 of the new sets have been announced for Japanese. And those are going to be a brand new era. I guess it's the Mega era. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but all the ones so far have been Mega in the title. So it just seems crazy to feel that Scarlet and Violet is basically on its way out this year as far as being the current era. Aegislash. And I definitely feel like Scarlet and Violet is going to be looked back on as a huge nostalgic era for many people who own it. This is the first set with silver borders in English for the cards, for every card I should say. So I think that's going to be a big thing. Oh, a little ultra rare Norman, little trainer here. A lot of the trainer galleries in Sword and Shield, as cool as they are, fandemaus, I think would look, I mean, they do in Japanese look a lot better with silver borders. So as cool as trainer galleries were to give you something below, you know, those alt arts and stuff that were really cool, I think Scarlet and Violet illustration rares kind of blow them out of the water, personally. So I definitely think Scarlet and Violet era is going to be looked back on more fondly than Sword and Shield. I think that's probably a hot take, but that's certainly what I think. Serena EX. Wug Trio. Wug Trio will always make me laugh. It's just hilarious. I've mentioned this before, especially on my streams. I really would love to have the job of people who localize Pokemon names for English. I think that would just be amazing. Like, I certainly don't have the artistic talent to like paint cards or anything, but I definitely think I could do a good job giving English names to Pokemon at least. Espathra. Little Tandemaus and Mousehold being some top tier English names themselves. That's one of the reasons I like those guys so much. Low kicks. But yeah, while these Scarlet and Violet era sets are kind of going out of print or getting hard to get, their prices are going up quite a lot. Of course, Paldea Evolved I mentioned earlier, but even the other sets, even sets that aren't really loved, like Paradox Rift, are getting pretty expensive. Roaring Moon EX. So the first 100 pack opening I did pull the SIR for Roaring Moon, and at that time that was the top card in this set. And I think it's a really great card. So maybe we'll see that guide again today if our SIR luck keeps going, but for now we'll take this one. We are about 2/3 of the way through here. So we still have a good number of packs to get through to see if we get some of those illustration rares I'm looking for. Man, I completely I go so distracted by the Altaria and the Iron Valiant, I completely forgot we got that Professor Sada's Vitality as well. That's 3 SIRs this opening. That's crazy. It's really good. Golisopod. As I mentioned earlier, our record for a 100 pack opening is 5 SIRs for Paldea Evolved. So we do have a shot at getting there. Seems very unlikely though. If I had to pick another special illustration rare to get, it probably would be that Golisopod, like I mentioned earlier. It is one of the only ones I need, and I think it's pretty cool. A little Hoopa EX, another ultra rare. Little mouse luck here. Another hot take about Scarlet and Violet that I think is definitely maybe more contentious than my last one here. I think tarot cards are probably going to age pretty well as well. If you go back last year, everyone was hating on them, talking about how terrible they looked. And when Prismatic Evolutions, when those evolutions were shown, a lot of people talked about how bad they were and how the ones in the Evolving Skies were so much better. But magically, now that they're quite expensive, people like them and they think they're great. So honestly, I do like some of the tarot designs, and I do think that those will be appreciated more in the future. Loudred, oh my gosh, this card is really obnoxious, which is kind of in character for Loudred. Loudred is just not one of the... So Whismur is such a cute Pokemon, but Loudred's like disgusting. I really do not like Loudred. And I do like the colors in this card, but it is just so obnoxious. So like I said, those lightning bolts do look really cool. They kind of remind me of the Zero Aura card from, I forget if it's from Surging or from Stellar Crown, honestly, but there's a Zero Aura card that looks really cool. That's what those lightning bolts remind me of. Yeah, it's honestly hard to comprehend that we've been doing videos on this channel for a year and a half now, basically. Started in January of 2024. You know, with the exception of 151, the hobby was pretty dead then, I would say. So I don't know. It's just interesting. It's been a year and a half. It just seems like crazy. Fandemaus was a little cute Whismer, like I said, and Iron Moth. Okay, after this, we will be down to our last 20 packs, so getting 5 SIRs does not seem very likely. Tinglu. But anything is possible in English. So we will see. Defiance, Bound Sweet, Low Kicks, Satu. Yeah, I was honestly really hoping to get that Plusle and Minoon here. I may have to end up buying those. I don't think I'm going to open too much more of this set, given how expensive it is at this point and just not going to be easy to replace. So if we don't get him out of here, I may be hitting up some singles of those guys. Milotic. Surskit, Team Evolution. A lot of really playable cards in here as this set as well, by the way, at least at the time. It's honestly been a bit since I played, though. I've been very busy. Fandemaus. A little mouse luck for us, maybe? Jirachi. Oh, Espathra. Cloth. Trace Cape. Cyclizar. I do like Iron Moth, like I mentioned. Slitherwing's also super cool. I do think ancient and future Pokemon will grow on people in the future here. A little mouse luck, Phoebus. Okay, we got some mouse luck there. A little ultra rare Bombardier. All right, we are getting down to it. I'm gonna have to say I would not expect to get another special illustration at this point. I certainly think Paldea Evolved is going to be the king of that for quite the foreseeable future. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we pulled this. Okay. This is the Swablu. Like I said, hanging out with the Wingulls. Let me get that Altaria back. Let me sleeve this guy, and I'll get that Altaria real quick. There we go. The Swablu with the Wingulls becomes the Altaria, still flying with them. What a great little combo. I cannot believe we got these both today. That's just insane. That's absolutely awesome. I love that. I love when they have these cards that kind of continue a story between them, and it's just amazing to pull them both today. So that's awesome. That's really cool. Oh man, that would have been a great one to end it on, honestly, but we still have a few left, another 10 left. I think this is a nice little send-off for this set. Like I mentioned, this might be the set I opened most during Scarlet and Violet, with the exception of possibly 151, because I opened a ton of that. Actually, now that I think about it, it has to be 151, because I opened so many different 151 products. And I had, what, 2 or 3 100-pack opening videos? And I also had several 151 booster box, homemade booster box videos as well. So, okay, I may have been untruthful there, but this is the set I opened a lot of. That wasn't 151. Little Garchomp BX, that's pretty cool. Little Terra Garchomp. Yeah, honestly, 151's, I think, the main reason why Paradox Rift wasn't super well received, one of them at least, because it came out right after 151. Oh, me and Xiao. Another kind of odd illustration rare as far as, like, you don't see people talk about this much. This one's really cool. I like how, like, I don't know if the right word is desaturated, maybe. It's just very light. The whole thing's very light here. It kind of makes me think of like a watercolor kind of thing, and it's a very calming kind of card, which is appropriate for me and Xiao, so pretty cool. Definitely winding down here. I think we're at, what, 4 packs left, something like that. Okay. It was 4 packs, so I don't know if we're gonna get anything out of these next few. Let's see though. That little Mantike there did remind me. There's a great Mantike illustration rare in here as well that I do not think we've pulled yet. Pod. I definitely have it in Japanese though, so I'm not 100% certain if I do have it in English. Or see. Oh, Parasol Lady. Okay, so there is a special illustration rare Parasol Lady in here, and I almost thought for a second that's what we got. That would have been crazy to get 4 SIRs there. But this is the ultra rare one. Very cool little card. She's like so happy in the rain because she has a parasol. All right, last pack here. The Swablu, Radar, Steenie, Countercatcher, Oregon, Knockley, oh, and the Latios. If you enjoyed watching us open Paradox Rift today, check out these other videos where we open packs of Pokemon. Thanks for watching, and have a great one.